Speaking of course, the law now brings in the question of the BBI, brings in the question of the Punguza Mizigo, brings in the talk of a referendum, which is technically what we've been talking about. Of course, before we will discuss also what has played out at the level of the judiciary. I mean, the BBI now coming on board. And of course, sort of looks like a sum up of matters politics in the country. You know, whatever it is that has played out in line with politics, the shenanigans within, eventually they all boil down to this level of the handshake and then eventually to the BBI talk as it stands today. The biggest story on the front page of the Daily Nation, or the biggest story of the Daily Nation today, says, of course, Murathe is out here saying that Uhuru will go for PM, so he's not exiting the stage anytime soon. And in what seems strange, Ruto allies now change the tact on how they respond to the question of the BBI, and this time around they seem as though they have dropped their hardline stance on the BBI report, and of course the ODM's push for the creation of a powerful prime minister's post. And it seems like they are willing to nod their head into the implementation of the BBI. One, would we say that this is going to be, of course, pushed down the throat of most of the Kenyans? And in the event that, of course, it goes through or it sails through, because as it stands, it looks like Hata Punguza Mizigo is not a discussion that we are having anymore. That one was quashed a long time ago. Is it going to offer a solution to the issues that Kenyans are facing today? Is it coming in handy to address issues or to bridge the gap?
In responding to your question, let me draw parallels between two statesmen that I admire so much. One of them is Abraham Lincoln, the 16th president of the United States of America. And then the other one is FDR, Franklin Delano Roosevelt, the president who lifted the country out of depression. I am excited about Lincoln because in a difficult time in the United States of America, when the North and the South, the Confederacy and the Union were fighting, he had the choice of going for what was convenient and expedient. But then Abraham chose what was right. And in so doing, he preserved the soul of the nation. And that is why subsequently, when American presidents go to the halls of Congress to address the Congress, they say that in perfecting our union, Kenya is a young democracy, 50, 60 years. And there are issues we are still grappling with to get right. At independence, we talked of fighting three common enemies: poverty, ignorance, and disease. When poverty, ignorance, and disease are fought and eliminated, it brings up the quality of life. But then, if we are unable to fight these things, then usually there is a problem somewhere that then undermines the quality of life of our people. The BBI, as an offshoot of handshake, is one of the best things to happen to us in modern history in this nation. But most people, because of political expediency, will not tell you that, because they will want to say that we should have, that Raila Odinga should have pushed Jubilee government to its knees, and people are saying that the president should not have reached out to the prime minister, and okay, those two options would have had disastrous consequences. A lot of people have been talking about a revolution. The question is, are they themselves ready for a revolution?
Yes.
Have they participated in anything that would demonstrate that they are willing to go a revolution way?
Speaking of the cartoon edition that we've seen today.
Yes. Kenya has been the leader in the region, economically, militarily, and of course, socially. We are the country that invented mobile money in this region and in the world. BBI. Is BBI the best thing? And I will tell you yes. The president and the prime minister say that they are coming together to build bridges to a new Kenyan nation. In one of the 9-point agendas, they've talked about national ethos. The problem of corruption emanates not from laws, but from national ethos. Are you as a person decent enough to say that, considering that my name has been adversely mentioned, considering that people no longer have faith in me, considering that aspersions have been cast on my character, on my conduct, that I should step aside until I am cleared? People have always embraced the culture of, I'd rather die. Those are things that we can then rectify through the BBI. Yes. And BBI for me is the best thing to happen to this country. And I'll demonstrate why as we go forward.
As we proceed. Okay.